Guys, Badger here. We're gonna break down UFC Fight Night Blanchfield versus Barber. This is a fight night that has a lot of underdogs that I like. Um, there's spots that sometime props I like. We're gonna go and break down the entire card, props, hedges, everything that I think that has value. So the first fight of the night we got Ryan dos Santos and Elise Arvelin. You got two low level strawweights fighting here. Honestly, I'm not really high on either of them. I felt like Ryan dos Santos did win against Puja Tumar, and I do think she won against Talita Alencar. So you got two fights in which she could have won, and she would be on a five more than five win streak. How much? I don't know exactly. It doesn't matter. The thing is, she doesn't push enough for me to be able to put money on her. I'm just, especially as a favorite. It's just I think that she doesn't really put the effort that for me as a person that tries to make profit out of this, I don't think it's worth it. What I do think is more probable, this fight going the distance. I do believe this fight is gonna go the distance, and either girl can win, or most likely will win by decision. So maybe if you want a parlay piece, maybe take the over. Both of them are really tough, and I think they're just gonna keep going until the bell rings. So the over 2.5 is probably will play here. The value is shit, so I can understand. The next fight actually has value when it comes to the time props. So you got Balaji Oki and Michael Aswell. So Michael Aswell, he was on Dana White Contender Series, and he had a really good fight against Bogdan Grad, in which he was just like it was a all out war between the two. And honestly, I'm I'm really impressed by Aswell. The guy is good. He is really good in terms of his striking, but I don't think he's UFC level. In this is the big leagues. I think that Oki on the feet is the better fighter. He had a good fight against Timmy Kawamba, and Timmy Kawamba is good. I would say Timmy Kawamba is now even better than both Oki and Aswell. What I like about Michael Aswell is that he was never finished. He was never knocked out. All his fights, like not all, but I mean, he was never knocked out. Many of his fights ended by decision. And same with Oki. Oki, he was never knocked out. He got guillotined by one of the best guillotine guys in the division, but other than that, he was never finished. So I'm gonna bet on the chin of both guys to keep it up. I don't see anyone trying to take down the other, and if they do, I don't see any submission happening. They're not really grapplers. Both of them are strikers. So I'll take the over 2.5. If there's any finish upside, I'd say the finish upside is probably on the Oki side. Oki got real power. So if you want to hedge a finish, maybe Oki by finish. But I like the over 2.5 rounds. I think it has good value. So give me the over in this one, Michael Aswell. And and Oki. The next fight we got. This fight is canceled. Trevin Giles and Andreas. Trevin Giles pulled out. He had some weight issue. So let's talk about Jordan Levitt and Kurt Holloway. I like Jordan Levitt. I think that he's the better grappler. I think if he takes down Holloway, he's gonna keep putting pressure on him, and I don't see him submitting Holloway. Holloway is a really high level jiu-jitsu black belt. Um, but it's gonna be a fine. I think it's gonna be a fun scrambling match. I think that it's gonna be it's gonna be 3 rounds of moments in which one of them almost gets submitted or some shit. So it's gonna be a sweat, but I do think the fight will go to decision. What we've seen about Court Hallbaugh is the guy. He just he doesn't have good takedown defense, and he accepts bottom position. And I think that Jordan Levitt will be able to take him down on the feet. Hallbaugh should be the better striker, but honestly, when it comes to what they're gonna do when they're both are taken down, I just think that Hallbaugh will pull guard, and that's it. So give me Jordan Levitt. Although if this fight stays on the feet and Hallbaugh, he was taken down quite easily. He was taken down quite easily. So I assume he's gonna try to actually stuff some of the takedowns here. If it stays on the feet, it can be a problem with Jordan Levitt. So I don't know if I'm gonna make a bet here. I do like the over. I do like the over. I think that both of them are defensively sound on the ground. And I know that Jordan Levitt got submitted twice, but he got submitted by two really high level jiu jitsu guys, which are young and in their prime, and Holobaugh is not that. So yeah, give me the over 2.5 here as well. Next fight we got Alan Nascimento and Jafel Cavalcante Filio. So we got two guys who are just like BJJ nerds. The only difference is Jafel was actually he was more active. Like he actually fought in the last 2 years. The only fight that that this guy had, Nascimento, was over 2 years ago, January 14, 2023. So I just it's hard for me to go and bet on a guy who's just not that active. I will say it's you got like Nascimento is good. He is really good. He when you look at all of his losses came by split decision. Not all of them, but most of them came by split decision, which is actually insane when you think about it. No, actually, it's not most of them. It's some of them. Split decision with Olenbakov. Split decision with Paiva. Split decision with Yoki Montoya, and that was long ago. So again, I just don't know what I'm gonna get from him. Jafel, on the other hand, he's a very dangerous grappler. His last fight was against Adi Osborne, and he did what he did to Adi Osborne, like almost immediately took him down and submitted him. Same thing with Barres. He was the only guy that was. He was the guy that was closest to finishing Mukayev, but Mukayev is just different mentally, and he managed to somehow not get submitted. The thing is that the issue with him, he tends to gas in later rounds, and that might be a problem for him against a guy like Nascimento who can go 3 rounds. So I think I'll take the over here as well. I know it sounds funny, but I don't see them. I don't see them submitting each other. That's the thing. I don't see that happening. What I do see is a lot of scrambles, some low-level striking compared to like high-level strikers, obviously. And maybe Nascimento can get the win. He should be more physical. I think he's gonna be the bigger fighter. He's pretty big for 125. So let's see the size difference. So Nascimento is 5'8" with 69.5-inch reach, and Jafel is 5'7" with 68. So both of them are quite the same size. Oh man, it's a tough fight to call. I will pick Jafel just because he was more active. Not very confident here. I would prefer taking the over 2.5 rounds just because their grappling should neutralize each other, and that's gonna leave us with a fight that's gonna go to distance. Next fight, we got Zach Reese and Dusko Todorovic, and I see a lot of money coming on Dusko. And honestly, I'm not surprised, man. Like, out of the two, I'll say that Dusko has the better chin. I know that Dusko lost. He got knocked out in his last fight, but he fought a monster. Come on, like, he fought a guy that I think can be a top contender, Mansour Abdul Malik, who just kills everyone. Zach Reese, on the other hand, man, he's not that good. Like, I'll correct myself. He's good, but he has no chin. If he had a chin, he would be a champion. But he has no chin. That's the problem with Zach Reese. He gets taken down and knocked out by Azamat Bekoyev. He gets slammed and just lose not get knocked, gets slammed out by Cody Brundage. And Dusko Todorovic, I think that if the fight stays on the feet, I think he can touch Zach Reese. I think he can get top position and be safe enough not to get submitted. Like, his BJJ is also quite good. He got knocked out 4 times, which obviously is a red flag. But the way he got knocked out, okay, he got elbowed by Chitty. He had a knee injury. It wasn't even a knockout against Christian Urodainkin. He got punched. He got knocked out by Mansour Abdul Malik. He went the distance with Gregory Rodriguez, and he got knocked out by Puna, who has like insane power. But he knocked out Michel Pereira in the regional scene. He got wins. He's not. I think he's the spot here. I actually like him. I think he can get the finish. If you want to play it safe, just go for the under or the fight now not going the distance. I think it would be I think the fight ends inside distance. Okay, maybe under 1.5 rounds. I don't see this going over past the first round, honestly. So yeah, give me Dusko. It's gonna be the first underdog I'm gonna take here. I think that he's gonna be the one that wins here, just because Zach Reese's chin is it's a mess, man. And the thing is, he gets knocked out. It's not like the ref stops the fight while it's still unconscious. He gets like short circuited. Like, he stops responding, and that's never a good look. Next fight, we got Caitlin Vieira and Macy Chiasson. Honestly, I was more impressed by Macy. I think that she's more active. I don't think she's gonna take down Caitlin, who has really good takedown defense, but I think that she can actually win it on the feet. Again, another fight that it's very hard to call. Caitlin is good when she decides to fight, but you just never know what you're gonna get from her. Sometimes she's just slow and like makes stupid mistakes. So I'm gonna go Macy. Will I bet the fight? Probably not. I just think that she impressed me more. That's it. She looked really well in her last 2 fights, and Caitlin didn't. So yeah. Next one, we got Dustin Jacoby and Bruno Lopez. I like Jacoby. I think that he's gonna keep the fight standing, and we saw already that Bruno Lopez leaves his chin out there. to get knocked out, to get hit. He got knocked out on Dana White as a huge favorite. Dustin Jacoby, he got the win against Vitor Petrino. He was losing until he had that chin, but Vitor Petrino is a far better striker than Bruno Lopez. Come on, like Vitor Petrino chin is striking is really good. What I think Lopez is gonna try to do is maybe push Jacoby against the cage, try to take him down, but Jacoby has solid takedown defense, and he punishes you if you try to take him down. He's gonna throw knees. He's gonna throw some uppercuts. He's gonna hurt Lopez, and Lopez has no chin as well. If he touches that chin, bro, it's game over. So give me Lopez. I think that he's gonna get the job done. Give me Jacoby. I think he's gonna get the job done by finish. I don't see this fight going the distance, and if it does, I think it only favors Dustin. Next fight we got Ramiz Brahimaj and Billy Goff. This is my most confident pick. I'm taking Billy Goff to get the win. I think that he can finish Ramiz. Ramiz is mostly like he's a takedown and submit you guy. Honestly, I don't remember if anyone, like no one actually challenged Billy Goff in the takedown department. On the feet, Billy Goff is like he's levels above Ramiz, but the problem is nobody actually tried to take down Billy Goff, but the takedown accuracy of Ramiz is not that good as well. And Billy Goff, man, he's a junkyard dog. Like he's gonna do anything to win. And I just don't see Ramiz keeping the pressure. Billy Goff is he's a menace, man. He really is a menace. Like he's very tough. I think he's gonna come and he's gonna tear Ramiz apart, man. The only 3 losses that Billy had, he got knocked out once. I don't see that happening here. And that wasn't like a knockout. That was just a doctor stoppage. I'm surprised that Billy Goff actually got fucking retired. How the hell a guy like Billy Goff retires? Anyway, so that was a cut, but all his other fights, like knockout, decision, knockout, first round, second round, first round. Yeah, give me Goff to win. I'll say first or second round. But be aware, I don't know how he's gonna handle Rami's takedowns. Co-main event, we got Ludovic Klein and Mateusz Gamrot. I like Klein here, man. I think he's the far better striker, and his takedown defense will obviously be tested here. But I think that he's gonna be fine. Like he's a very good offensive grappler. Like when you try to take him down, it's gonna be a problem. I know he wasn't really. He hasn't faced a guy that would really at the level of. He never faced a guy at the level of Gamrot in terms of wrestling. So it's interesting, when you look at his record, he did lose to Trizano. What the fuck? He got submitted by who? He got submitted by Nate Landwehr, which is something to take into consideration. Gamrot, he's not really finishing anybody. He lays on you like a wet blanket, and I think it's gonna be a mistake here because when you look at a guy like Klein, every time you take him down, you work for it. So it's gonna be interesting, what's gonna happen here. Um, I'll pick. Maybe I'm gonna go with Gamrot. Again, another fight that is very hard for me to predict, so maybe I'll just avoid it. But I'll pick Gamrot. I'll pick him. It all depends on if he manages to get the wrestling going. If he does, then it's gonna be interesting. Okay, main event we got Erin Blanchfield and Macy Barber. So we got here a very dangerous striker, a very aggressive striker, taking on a jiu-jitsu nerd who couldn't even submit Tug Rose. Honestly, I think that the 5 rounds are going to favor Blanchfield, but can Macy finish her earlier? I don't know, man. Like, Blanchfield is tough. She's really tough, but also is Macy. So the question here would be, what kind of Macy are we going to see in the later rounds? Is she gonna gas? How is she in terms of her conditioning? These are good questions to ask against a fighter who went split with Miranda Maverick, unanimous with De La Rosa, Jessica unanimous, Andrea Lee split decision with Andrea Lee. Doesn't look good, right? Not after what we've seen from Andrea Lee lately, but that was in over 2 years ago. Rebus, Kathleen Carmen, Sarah Minara. Yeah, it's a hard fight for me to predict. I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go with Blanchfield, man. I know. I want to pick Macy Barber. I just don't know what we're gonna get from her. She tends to just really gas in the third round. So if it's gonna go to the fourth and the fifth, I don't know what we're gonna see from her. Also, was she injured? I'm not sure about that. Need to get some more need to do some more research about her physical condition. But her last fight was ages ago. Was over a year ago. That's not normal. So I don't like her inactivity. On the other hand, Blanchfield was very active. She fought against the best girls in the division. She fought against Manon. She fought against Rose Namajunas, Tyler Santos, Jessica Andrade. So she's been out there and she's been active, which is good. So yeah, give me Erin Blanchfield. Maybe she can get a late finish, depending on how exhausted we're gonna see Macy Barber. Yeah, that's it, guys. If you enjoyed the content, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, join my free Telegram group where I give a free pick for every UFC card, and comment who's your favorite pick, who's your most confident pick for the night. I'll be very happy to see what you got. That's it. Peace.